For many of us, it has been hard to find joy in the midst of COVID-19. But when I look back at my life timeline during the pandemic, I have discovered that joy comes in the hardest of times. It all started when I tried to sell my condo in March of 2020 so that I could buy a place in Victoria. That's when COVID-19 started and I couldn't sell my place. I then decided to take it off the market and sell it next year, hoping that COVID-19 would be long gone. I ended up having the worst renter ever and ended up evicting her in December and had the hardest time selling my condo again. Even the people below my condo sabotaged the first buyer and harassed them into not buying the place. There were so many other problems, but it finally sold in January. To top off my crazy COVID-19 pandemic years, I was admitted to the hospital 5 times. The most recent one was this last August for internal bleeding. I had 3 colonoscopies, about 8 endoscopies, and many CAT scans, and blood transfusions, and my body went into shock twice. Through all these trials and tribulations, sometimes joy comes in a gift that's unexpected. Sometimes I felt unworthy to receive it. But Jesus redeemed my life situation. He became the hero of my life story. The condo I sold in January had a fire, and Jesus knew, even though I had to go through a lot of hardship, that I needed to sell it as soon as possible. And while in the hospital, Jesus gave me an opportunity to share the gospel and pray for my roommates during my hospital stay. And due to this crazy market this past year, I ended up buying a place near Langford Lake, and I needed to get another job to pay for my mortgage because my main job couldn't pay for everything. But Jesus blessed me with this opportunity to build relationships with non-Christians and share the gospel with those who do not know Jesus. You know what, guys? Jesus is the only thing that can give us joy in the darkest of times. Joy is eternal and selfless and sacrificial, and it's a spiritual connection with God, and it's purely good. We need joy in our lives, just as we need the Father and Jesus in our lives. Jesus is the only thing that can give us joy in our toughest and happiest times of life. So remember, the joy of the Lord is our strength, just as Nehemiah 8:10 says. And there were shepherds living in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news that will cause great joy for all the people. Today in the town of David, a Savior has been born to you. He is the Messiah, the Lord. This will be a sign to you.